Hello, Recon87 and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as we continue our France campaign. And as we close out the series, our aim at the minute is just to play around with our super heavy battleships as much as we can, causing some pain to our Russian and American enemies. Now we will jump ahead, I think a couple of months from the tail end of the last episode, and that's because the game actually hung up on one of the end turns and we had to come all the way out and reload the save. So rather than making you sit and watch that because it's boring, we'll jump right back into the action when we've fixed the problem and we're up and trucking again. So without any further ado, I'll hand you back over. Super heavy BBs, yes indeed, Viking. We have 93,000 tonners, I think. They're not super cursed. We've so it's 4 quadruple 18-inch main armament, and then a whole host of, I think it's 8-inch we've got in our secondaries. But we aren't going to look at them just yet because we've finally tussled with Americans. So we've got our battlecruisers, heavy and light, against 4 heavy cruisers, 4 lights, and 3 destroyers. Which means there's going to be a lot of torpedoes in the water. You're saying you're really hoping they would stick with a lot of bug fixes, but they end up just adding a lot of features. Yeah, it's always that's usually when things go wrong because, like you say, the new stuff doesn't get implemented properly and you just add more bugs. Alright, let's fight this. We've lost a few ships recently. Through poor play. There's no knowledge here. Inability to properly assess the situation. Right, but this time it's not going to be easy. They've got a reasonable fleet, so let's swing it to west. We should be fine for fuel, and indeed we are, so don't have to worry about the issues we had last time. Our battlecruisers are veterans. We've got, is it just 4 14 inches? No, we've got 6, but weirdly enough 2 of them are on the back. This is an AI design. So we don't necessarily want to be sailing straight at our opponents. It's still fun to watch others play or try to. Yeah, and that's a little bit of an issue we're having this evening. Hello. Right, so let's give ourselves a bit parallel to them. They're at 20 odd kilometers. They'll probably close quite fast. Let's see if we can curve around. Only worse than 1.1. Well, that's great news. 20k. What's the range of this? 25. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go look up historic gun ranges because this feels really far. Okay. But hey, 10% chance to hit at 20 kilometers. I will happily take that. Go veteran crew. So we're going to hang around a little bit here. Try and keep the distance. Watch our fantastic AI station keeping do its work. I'm okay with a light cruiser kind of hanging back as long as you don't try and launch torpedoes and accidentally hit the Cayman. My god, have you actually just about nerfed a warship? That's phenomenal. Although I'm wondering if this came it's nah, I've just come in damaged. So say there's no flooding damage on it. I wonder why the Russian fleet's beat up. Could be mine damage. Something you do see. Okay, well let's see if we can't get ourselves a resounding victory against the Americans here. Could be sub damage, there's a lot of Spanish subs kicking about. Right. Hood was sunk about 14 kilometers. Ah, okay. Usually kind of thinking in thousands of yards. You don't even know what the conversion is. Right, I'll not worry about that. let's, again, we'll open ourselves up a little bit. We do have most of our guns in the back, so that's okay. Did we hit their torpedo? Or did we hit him with a torpedo? Hang on. We don't know because we can't identify it. Let's look at the log. Yeah, it's just 7.2 hits. It's a 14-inch hit, 7.2-inch hits. Yeah, no, it's just, I think we just destroyed one of their torpedoes on board, which is good. Probably just a destroyer. The Cayman is taking a little bit of heat. We open up the range a scooch. The only thing is, because this game does look good when you get into the closer in brawls. Let's say at reasonable, proper long range, you get ranges for heavy armaments. It looks a bit rubbish. Just letters in the mist. Let's turn around a little bit, so they're not coming straight at us anymore. How's the ammo? 800 rounds. Okay. We'll probably quite easily burn through that. This is better at range control at least. Oh, good hits on the something. Canberra. I'm presuming there must be a place in America called Canberra as well. Canberra, of course, being Australian. But us Europeans were pretty rubbish when we went around the world naming places and tended just to use the same names over and over again. Who needs originality? (1912) Queen Elizabeth class sunk ships 1500 could range up to 24,000 yards, which is 22 kilometers. Yeah, okay. Good fact for a start. I'll consider myself, you know, don't worry, I was going to say duly reprimanded, but that's not quite corrected. This is indeed proper naval ranges. And I'm just getting used to brawling in this game. I say this game, I do the same thing in Rule Waves. You start out at a good range and then accidentally end up about 1,000 yards away. Okay, that's right there. Cayman's doing a little bit of tanking for us. I support that. Don't want to get too close because then we'll have some serious weight of fire advantages. Frederick is having a bad day. It's all fairly superficial at the minute. I think things are getting a little close. Let's turn away. Yeah, we're down to like 10 kilometers. Can't be having that. Oh, wow, she burnt out. Beautiful. Yes, one of the heavy cruisers, there's what, 4 of them, which are all at the front here. And the Jutland B ship will require a range of about 16.5 kilometers. Okay. Christ, I'm almost surprised they could see them at that range. Did you say you torpedo destroyed your torpedo? No. Just torpedo destroyed. That's fine. Yeah, 11 hits with the 14 inches. Our battlecruisers have done some phenomenal work over the years. I wonder if once we finish the cruisers we could let our... Sorry, I finished their cruisers, let our cruisers go a bit free into the lighter ships. It's probably a recipe for eating a torpedo. Air camera. Your battle cruisers confused with life. It's a confusing time. Look at the World War of 1938. Main 6-inch main armament. That's okay. That's fine, I suppose. I would tend to put something slightly heavier on my heavy cruisers, but that's okay. Each their own. And as we discussed, actually a really useful. Oh, good hit. Armament to have. I let the AI. I did a first fleet built by the AI, and then we've built all the ones since. So the battle cruisers, they were original. Super heavies and some of the I think the other battleships were AI originals. I mean the super heavies, and most of our cruiser and destroyer force now is ours. All the heavy cruisers are not, I don't think. Yeah, I think this one's AI. Yeah, so I don't think I would put 3 turrets at the back. Whereas, which one are you? I know you're AI as well. You're one of the very old ones. But why would I end the battle? What madness is this? CL ain't bad. Yeah, I don't like. It's not too bad actually. 2 at the front and 3 back. Which is probably useful actually, because sometimes you do want your armament facing when you run away. But yeah, that's a healthy number of 5-inch tubes. At least for now. I mean, it's a lot better than some of the AI scenes. The frustrating bit is that we can't refit them. We opened up our AI designs just to update, you know, guns and things, especially on our heavier ships. We want to keep them around for longer, and found that they were all invalid designs, so we couldn't upgrade them, which was a bit frustrating. Means my battleships and actually battle cruisers as well are just going to get more and more outdated. We can't keep up with modern tech. Which I don't really understand. Of all things, you'd think the AI designs would at least be allowed. I think that would be a quick check at some point. I wonder why you're prefacing the Savannah over the Seattle. Just because you have more guns to bear on it? Not sure, but could we maybe dispatch this one, please? Thank you. I think you've got an angle. Yeah, you told you. And a hit, nicely done. I think we can come away with at least 3 of these cruisers. Why are we stuck to 31 knots? Ah, you have been hit. How rude. Oh, you get hit by a torpedo. Yeah, probably to be expected. Yeah, hopefully we can put the Seattle out of its misery fairly soon, especially before it decides to launch some... It doesn't have any ammo on it. It does have 4 underwater troop torpedoes. But it's going to go the way of it pretty quickly, especially once our tertiaries get involved. Like an R turn. Right, that one sinks good. Can you focus on the Canberra, please? Thanking you. We split their formation with another torpedo. Oh. Nice. A nice big course change has made all their torpedoes be not a threat. It's Canberra, and there should be one more left. Or, which is still full health. I'm losing the ability to speak this evening. Here goes the Astoria. It is. Tempted maybe task you over to have a go at the Savannah if you don't sink it already. Oh, it has no ammo either. I don't know what's going on with the American ships. Yeah, you've taken a bit of a beating. Why don't you head over in that way? Make sure she goes down. We'll finish off over here. We're home in time for tea and crumpets. Well, except we're French, so wine and crepes. Sorted. Just come around. Undoubtedly, this thing's going to launch torpedoes at us. Except it has done left. Let us maybe go in for the kill. You still have torpedoes? You have 2 underwater torpedoes. And you have no ammo either. What a strange day. Oh. You're gonna... It looks like you're gonna sail straight into it. Maybe not. Oof, close one. So for the day, Montcalm has managed to hit 70 times with its main armament, and then a couple of hundred times with its smaller one, which is pretty good going. How about you, Richelieu? 50 times with your main armament. Not quite as good. It was Savannah. There's one little piggy left. Scranton. I don't think I will end battle. I think I will hold fire. I think it says it destroys torpedo, but it hasn't changed its ammo. Overpen destroyed torpedo, but yeah, no. Another one. What torpedoes are we destroying? Unless it's just the mounts it's talking about. Which I'll give it as a possibility, I suppose. Yeah, the mounts. Well, I was given it was being reported as additional damage. Maybe it's not. I was expecting it to be their ammo as well. Facility. Alright, I mean, it's a fantastic result. It seems to be mainly because for whatever reason they were completely out of supplies and we just sail amongst them, sinking them all. Which begs the question why someone else hadn't done it first. But still, that's going to look pretty good in the old war score. We're up to now 17,000 or 237,000, depending on which number you want to pick. Okay, let's see, the Spanish presumably will be doing relatively well against all that. But let's head out and join the fray with our lovely battlecruiser class. Now, hopefully, the chap who broke off the... which one is it? The Richelieu, I think, will repair itself and come join us again. Now, there is a battleship, 3 heavy cruisers and 2 destroyers. You are the one I particularly wanted to say hello to. Ah, indeed we are. I wonder if I can. Right, from here, I'd like to move ships. See if I can go directly onto this task force. Will you approach it and attempt to engage it? Let's just take our big battleships, albeit, you know, we're not perhaps at a disadvantage with our larger guns. And then any of our new light cruisers? I can't remember which one of the new ones. 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Let's just grab our carabiners again. That'll do. And we'll go for a tussle and see what happens. Task force. Yeah, I think this is exactly the kind of engagement we want. Our other battlecruiser, honestly, these AI built battlecruisers, they do a fantastic job. Battle line, you are on a battle line. How's our fuel? 87 or 80. That seems to be okay. Can I get you? Nah, we'll just go. We'll control you both. It's fine. Where are we going? West. West is essentially straight in front of us. Carry on, chaps. Oh, the Rochambeau. What a name. Ah. Come on. There we go. Right, let's see if they turn up fire. Why are you damaged them? It must be mines. Oh, right, we found them. Right, so we've got a couple of heavy cruisers to deal with. Why don't you go this way and we'll split you off that way. Now let's draw you down from flank speed to full speed, help your aim a little bit, and we have no real desire to close super quickly. I'll keep you going, tootling along at 34 knots. Let's slow speed down a little bit. Now we will have to pay attention for torpedoes because a lot of my firepower is within the Cygni, so I don't want her just to eat a torpedo. And I have no doubt at all that they are currently being launched. You're crossing their T. Let us make a bit of a course adjustment. Go off any little fish that have been launched already. Maybe you can send some fish of your own in there, Rochambeau. I'll hold off for destroyers for just now, see if we can't dispatch at least one of them, and then we can maybe send destroyers in as a final polish. So, Joanne, would you like to save your torpedoes, please? Make another course correction. Oh, they've launched actually at the Rochambeau. Interesting. Who's having a little bit of a bad time of it, but that's okay. You'd rather fire while the Cygni wails on them. You can get behind that. Ooh. Right, let's get our destroyers here to break off formation. Head over here at a good rate of knots. See if the Helen needs a bit of a finish. You keep your distance a little bit. This guy's coming a little bit faster than full on. Does still have some underwater torpedoes we need to be careful of. Where's the Rochambeau? Oh, the poor Miss Cygni. Torpedoes away. It's fine, we're going to make a bit of a turn. In fact, you're not even aiming. Are you fine to be on my destroyer? Feels like a fairly bold move, but okay. Come on, hit him some 14 inches. Ooh, ah. Maybe that was the wrong place. Well, if you're wanting to sail past my destroyers, I will be more than happy to let you. Now, Gaboldi here at the front is probably going to take a bit of a pasting. Let's get you all focused in on my Helena. Helena, as it probably is, to be fair. We're going to get the Rochambeau to switch targets here to the Baltimore. We'll see if we can't finish off Lena with a few torpedoes. Let's put you onto normal. Should entice a launch fairly quickly. Oh, you boys have already launched a while ago. Even on save. Okay. Which is slightest point, so why on earth am I selling you into the belly of the beast? I do not know. Okay. You might as well pick on Helena, and you can hopefully finish with Baltimore. Alright. Just getting these guys murdered for no real reason. If nothing else, I suppose it'll make the American heavy cruisers feel good about losing. We're a considerate foe like that. Again, there's absolutely no point in you being here because you've already shot your load, as it were, with torpedoes. Let's just kick up speed a little bit. You dead yet? Not quite. have torpedoes, albeit underwater mounted. I wonder if you're going too fast to launch them. It's, well, either way, it's too late now. We'll bring you around. Should man just with gun rates. Helena's about to go down, in which case Signe will add her weight of fire against the Baltimore. That should be all she wrote. Has been hit 1.5 thousand times. Mainly by 2-inch, but still, that's a... oh, and 2 torpedoes. Oh, fair enough. Beautiful. Big enough, although unnecessary loss of the destroyer. No, not interested. It's going to be our last hurrah. I want to beat you up enough to get to Panama. Well, that may be difficult if you run away and hide everywhere, but you still got... that's Germany. Light cruisers, heavy cruiser. Where did? Oh, you're right there. Yeah, you guys are trying to engage them. This is sensible. I got a couple of cruisers kicking about. We could go and... oh, you guys. I know, you... presumably Richelieu, you're going to go join this task force. Oh, you're repairing still. That's fine. Why don't I dispatch a light task force of... a big light task force. Let's grab some of the Tigers. They all carabiners. Okay. Right. You guys go off there. Beautiful. Really want this to happen. Come on, game. Killing me. Nope, we'll have an update. Germany has got in the act. Okay. US is having a bad day. Where'd they go? Well, that's not them. That's not them. They are not up there. And the blazes have he disappeared to? Ah, down here. Okay. We try and engage this task force, please. You guys can try and engage that task force. And perhaps get caught, because that wouldn't be great. You finished repairing? Because if so, you should rejoin. No, it's fine. Okay. I'm still hopeful you'll rejoin yourself. Although why you went to Saint Florent rather than one of their massive ones on the coast, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, and we have that small fleet is running away. Why don't we use you to chase down some of these other small fleets? That's one destroyer. Can I just go and... so I see it. That's another one destroyer. Let's head up. Well, start. Why can't I go to La Rochelle? Or Brest or Le Havre? Ah, because I wasn't in the right mode, that's why. Let's not moan at the game when it's doing the right thing. Okay. Oh, Spanish fleet just got wiped, or ran away, I suppose. Just disappeared from icon. Okay, perfect. This is exactly the fight we wanted. Beautiful. I will fight it. I'm worried they might try and run away, but we'll see what happens. Northwest. There we go. Max speed, max speed. Let's go, go. We've been spotted. Oh, they're over here. We have them. Stance gauge, right? Let's look at the map, which you can't really see particularly well. That's one thing, is from this view it can be quite hard to see what their direction is, to make sure, you know, if you want to try and keep a distance or, you know, close. Right, since they're in the neighbourhood, let's slow you down, help your accuracy improve. See what their play is. We can kind of just sit here and hurl 14 shells at them. Oh, hang on. You were in a battle line, Cecile. My bad. On the plus side, you've managed to get them to fire their first launch of torpedoes at you, which is appreciated. So I'll have you come over this way and deal with this destroyer. I'm hoping my turn, yeah, my turn did remove the threat of that. It's quite a nasty torpedo spread there. I'm glad I made a turn. Although if I turned towards them, and if I'm going in a straight line, I actually would have been over there. So maybe it was just a poor shot and wasn't actually that much of a threat. Now let's not try and hit each other. Should be able to take this guy out pretty quickly. Especially once all our little 1.5-inch guns get involved. More torpedoes, that threat to their battle cruiser? No. And, oh, Flint is sunk. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. I'll do another turn towards. Meanwhile, you sunk him yet? No. Come on, Cecile. Let's slow down a little bit so I don't miss anything. So far we've lost 4 sailors. That's not too shabby. On the Boncam anyway. She's going down pretty soon. There we go. And there's just the Olik. Now the danger here is actually ourselves our own shells. Look at those 1.5 inch guns go. Yep, there she goes. It's like a machine gun when that thing gets up and running. Okay, you head over towards the other destroyer just in case it makes life difficult. Let's go back up to speed, so we might need it. Still got a few torpedoes. I know it's the me. Also some torpedoes. Ah, there we go. One massive hit. Job done. Excellent. And that's where we'll draw this episode to a close. Nice couple of battleship engagements, albeit heavily helped out by a complete lack of American supplies, but if I got to shoot fish in a barrel, I'm going to shoot fish in a barrel. Either way, the next episode's coming up is going to be the final one of the series, so I do hope you will join us for that, and I'll see you then. Cheerio.